in the middle of all of that you gave was thing I work at.
Yeah.
She said scientist.
Yeah.
You said stripper.
Yeah.
Right. What's the story with the science? Because I was watching Big Brother the other night, and there was some argument that you were having with one of the many people that you argue with, and there was this thing of, I'm a scientist, I'm going to be a doctor, and I'm going to America. I thought he was a stripper.
Okay, well, that's my work as. See, how I make money is I'm a stripper, right? So you can't, like, I only finished uni the day before I went into the Big Brother house. See, I was initially supposed to be on the first lineup. And what I said to them was, I didn't know that I couldn't defer my exams to repeat maybe in August. In final year, you can't do that. And I said to them about 4 days before, and they said, okay, look, I guess you can't do it then. Well, what day's your last exam? Me not thinking that they asked me my last date. They said, okay, at 26th. They called me literally the 26th, can you fly over? I was like, oh God, what? So I didn't know I was going to even be on it. So
and what were the final exams in?
I do organic chemistry and molecular biology.
Organic chemistry and molecular biology in where?
In Maynooth.
And that's a BA?
And that's a Bachelor of Arts. No, I have a Bachelor of Science, 4 years.
Right. And are your plans to go and do masters?
Yeah, I got my grad. I'm doing a masters now. I'm going to do a top masters so I can do it on my own time while I'm over in America. And that's going to be in something that I'm just of a hobby. And I've always wanted to be a scientist. Now that I've become a scientist, now I'm thinking about maybe astronaut.
Well, know? I have to say, because and not wishing to be offensive, but I had watched California.
Oh, I look stupid, I know.
Well, I wouldn't use that term exactly, but I was then watching the first couple of episodes of Big Brother, and I was thinking, your man's a lot brighter than you give him credit for. You know, because I suspect it might be that we saw a lot more of you, whereas California was kind of packaged. Yeah. It was pretty edited down.
You know, when you're around people that have the IQ of a brick, you become like you've got IQ of a brick too. I'm not saying that in Cormac, I swear to God. No, but like for me, like I'm about to get my grad visa now, and for now, like everyone thinks I'm trying to be famous or a Z-lister. I don't want to be a Z-lister just to skip nightclub queues. You know what I mean? You don't get at it like that. What I'm doing now is I'm literally having fun from now to the 28th of December. That's when I have to kind of grow up.
And become a molecular biologist.
Yeah, and hopefully that's what everything's going to happen.
What does a molecular biologist do?
Well, molecular biology is basically you would find out on a molecular scale, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to be on the chemistry end of it. I'm going to make drugs to tackle molecular problems.
Such as?
Okay, for type 2 diabetes.
Right.
Cancer. That'd be the main one. That's I'd start off maybe on low would be... that's what I did my thesis on was diabetes. Basically, we would find a drug that will, well, the one that we use, I can't really tell you because it's still in clinical trials, but we find a drug that will upregulate the glucose in a cell. So that could be potentially a therapeutic for people who have diabetes. The drug that we use for cancer is called cisplatin, which cisplatin will, it's got platinum in the middle, it's got an amine, chlorine. That comes down through the body and it'll go into the cell, and because there's so many chlorines all around, they just keep jumping back on and off. Goes inside the nucleus, 2 chlorines jump off, water jumps on, then the water jumps off, joins the guanines on your DNA helix, and it'll bend the helix, and then apoptosis. And then the cell dies, and that's how we kill it. That's how we do it. That's literally quickly how we do it.
That's for cell homicide. The other one is for what? Is for regulation of the production of glucose to control, effectively be a quasi-insulin, is it?
Perfect, yeah, that's it.
And who is it that's going to be hiring you to do this? Is it one of the multinationals? Is it a big pharma company?
Yeah,
you can't do it freelance.
Well, I'm not allowed to say their name because I don't want to get in trouble. But no, I applied for a job over here, and actually, just before I went in Big Brother, I actually got a job down in Westport. I can't say who they are either. Because I used to work in Manchester as well during the summer. Like I don't stop like sitting still, as you can probably tell. So I went over to Manchester. I just basically did it off my own back, off the cuff, and I was working for CN Creative, and I was one of the first people to come up with the idea to because if you heat up the electronic cigarettes, nicotine after 5 seconds it'll get past a certain temperature and it changes nicotine into a toxin. So I just said, well, why don't I just put a trip switch on it that just knocks out after 3 seconds? They thought I was a genius saying that. I was like, well, if you can't do it for 5 seconds, stop it at 3. Who's going to be in inhalation for more than 3 seconds?
Snoop Dogg.
Exactly.
But other than him,
yeah, we don't have any of them here, you know. So I was like, okay, so no, that's why I got my work experience there. Then I got placement and I got other things. So I had a lot of experience.
And where did the original interest come in biology and chemistry?
I was in the army for 5 years in the army, and I was sitting over in Africa, and I was sitting on sentry, and I was bored out of my mind.
You were Irish Army?
Yeah. And I was sitting there in Liberia, just on sentry, just doing security, just standing there like that, and we have a little laptop, and you're watching, you know, that's what you do. You're bored in the middle of the night, and I'm watching the show going, Breaking Bad, huh? Then I went on, gee, I'd love how to know how to do that. And
you'd love chemistry, or you know specifically how to do it in Breaking Bad?
I just love no way he was so clever. He used chemistry to get out of every situation. I loved that, just the idea of it. And to tell you the truth, I just kind of went, you know what?
Did you like the battery bit? I loved when they built the battery.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And I wanted to be a fella at a party. Go, well, did you know if you mix that, you'll get this. No, that was a total joke. No, I wanted to kind of just. I just couldn't see myself signing up for another like 26 years in the army, and I just couldn't do it. So,
and which bit of the army were you? Was it infantry?
I was artillery.
You were artillery.
Artillery, 2nd Regiment, up the reg.
So does that mean that you've played with howitzers and the like?
What? Howitzer?
You know, a big like artillery piece.
Yeah, we've had big guns. A gun, by the way, definition of a gun, since we're not American, right? Definition of a gun is anything with wheels. A pistol is that. A gun is pretty much a machine gun. Oh, sorry, not my gun. That's called that's a rifle, and then you've got the only one we actually use machine gun. And that's a gun is something with wheels.
And are those guns? Are the big artillery pieces that the army use? Are they rifle barrels or are they smooth barrels?
They are. They go right though, because they go right. Because we're in the northern hemisphere, they have to go. A bullet goes up and down, and if it was the other way around, they would go anti-clockwise because on the southern hemisphere, and that's how bullets fire.
Hang on, run that past me again.
Yeah,
you have to reverse the rifling of a barrel depending on whether or not the hemisphere.
Yeah. Or else it'll just hit the ground and won't go up. Bullets don't fire straight. That's why when you see all these people doing sideways like this and all that, you're like, well, yeah, you dope. That's not going to go anywhere. Bullets go up and then come down.
Can I just check? I know that there's no way that I can... But you're not making... whatever about the rifling of the barrels. The stuff about being in the army, the science... All of this is true.
Mm-hmm.
What age are you?
Me, I'm 27.
So when did the stripping fit into all of this?
I did it in the meantime. That was mate, look, what guy doesn't want to be dancing and girls going like all over you and getting paid for it? Like, come on. Like, this is the best job in the world, you know. So I mean, I do love it. I'm a UK pleasure boy at the moment, and basically missed February because of Valentine's Day. I thought it was a great month to pick, you know. So yeah, I work with them.
And a UK pleasure boy is what?
Basically, we like Magic Mike. Pretty much, there's different type of strippers. Them strippers out there that just go up on girls and start dry humping them and think girls like that. What's wrong with them? No, what I do is I do more cabaret shows. I do the stripping as well. Like I go to tell you now, you probably have half the people ringing in saying I've probably done their hen party or whatever. I do hen parties mostly because I take pride in what I do. And that sounds really weird when you say that, but guys that come in, they throw baby all over themselves, they're dry humping the life out of them, they're wrecking the night nearly, you know what I mean? When I come in, I like people to leave with a good taste in their mouth and go, well, there's some fun right there. There's some fun right there. Marc, just keep going, go past it. Let's just leave it and walk on. I like to come in and people go, geez, that was brilliant. I want people to remember that you had a great night. You only get one hen party. Some people 2 or 3, but hopefully they only have one hen party, you know, and that's really it. So I love my job. I work Friday, Saturday, and then basically back to Monday. Well, then, does
that mean that you don't do the kind of chair dancing thing? You don't straddle the young woman and introduce her to
I'm not really into doing that. I don't want to introduce her to mini me.
Mm-hmm. So you keep a respectful distance while showing off your six pack.
Yeah, that would be on a Saturday. On a Friday, it's with the Pleasure Boys. We do tours all around the UK and Ireland. And what we do is basically it's more of a show. Like basically you're on stage and it's more dance routines and it's
like the Full Monty, only ripped.
Yeah.
Right. And if I wanted to hire, not that I would, but if I did want, you never know, if I wanted to hire you personally or the entire Pleasure Boys, what kind of money does it cost? Like, what do you make at a strip?
I make look, I'm not rich. Like, there's no chance of me ever going to be rich from stripping. It's not consistent enough. But no, I make what people make in a week. I make it on Friday and Saturday, but then that leaves me free then to have as much time. Then I have my Monday. Like all last year, I didn't even get a chance to look at TV. On a Monday, I go in 10 o'clock into the lab, finish in the lab about 5 or 6. Then from the lab 5 or 6, I go to the library and get out there about 11. That's Monday to Friday. Well, Monday to Thursday, and then on Friday, I wouldn't go to the library.
So how were you able to take the time to do California in the middle of this? Because
during the summer.
It was a summer shoot.
Yeah, California was filmed in August, which was perfect for me.
If I remember the way you got introduced to California, now maybe I have this break, but I think it was that most of them were already in the house and they were hanging by the pool. At which point you strode naked into the pool area and then got into the pool and more or less said,
"Okay,
I
was in the pool, and they all came into the house. And what happened was, it's actually total opposite of what I was hoping. I had these red boxes on me. You know when you get boxers wet, you kind of get see-through.
Okay.
Perfect, right. Well, I was sweating, waiting for them to come in because I was a surprise for them to come back, and they were taking their time. So I took my boxes off because no one around and put them on the side, and I jumped into the pool to cool down. So I was sweating, right? So I got back out, and I did this about 2-3 times, and I was still waiting for these guys to come in. And then all of a sudden, this cameraman comes running in while I'm in the pool in the nip. Runs out, kicks me boxes out of the way, and he starts filming me. And I was like trying to tell him, "Man, my boxes are behind you," you know. And I just said, "Look, you got to face the music." So I just walked out, and I swear to God, I didn't even have a chance to even you know, to make it
You
presentable.
didn't seem concerned by that, though. It didn't seem to faze you.
Oh, I had to. That was inside. I was dying. Inside, I was like, "Oh my god!"
And so, how did this come about? You were staring down a DNA helix, considering nuclei,
Yeah.
and somebody rang and said, "How would you feel about going to Ibiza? Was it Ibiza?
Yeah.
Something like that." And being a bit nude a lot.
Oh,
and
you're talking
drinking.
about you're talking about California.
California,
No, that was in that was in where was it called? Santa Ponsa.
Well, yeah, but how did it? Surely you went, no, my studies, and put your white coat back on and went back to your microscope.
I kind of went, you know what, life's a living, man. Just go for it. You know, I never thought I was going to be famous, and that's why when I hear people like the others, some of the other people, I'm not going to say who, but Z-listers wreck my head so much because they expect to be. Man, you're not going to get famous from reality TV, not anymore. The market's been saturated.
But you did. You are currently a famous person.
You think so?
Ah, you are.
Infamous, more so.
No, but you still, like, there are a whole lot of people who
people
have
know who you
careers
are.
off being on reality TV
Yeah,
shows.
but I don't want a career from it. I literally want to have fun. That's literally. I want to look. I had the best man. See, when in California, I had more pros than cons from California. California did destroy my reputation in any way. But I tell you, man, the fun I had every summer. And look, you're in college. These are the days for living. And now that I'm finished college, I'm kind of going, do you know what? I have to kind of grow up. But you know what? I have 6 months to grow up. So let's just go on Big Brother and see what happens. You know. And
The Big Brother thing, were you sat down and told, because I was looking at this thinking, Mark's been briefed. Somebody has sat him down and said, look, Mark, what we need a Perez Hilton. We need somebody who's going to wind everybody up like a spring. That's your job. Here's a check. Go do it.
Right. In my head, I kind of went, you know what? When you buy a lotto ticket, even though we all play lottery, you never think you're going to win. Never. You always go, well, but you never think you're going to win. Never, right? So when I went in there, I went, you know what? I've no chance of winning this, but I'm going to wreck their heads. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have people go, do you know what? I need to redeem myself in California. I want to come across being me. And that's the thing. The difference between that's 24 hours
You
a
went
day.
into Big Brother to redeem a reputation. That's
Yes.
the first time that's happened.
There you go, and it did, didn't it? I turned it right around. They hated me before. Now everyone's like, "Oh, Mark, what's up? How you doing? You're not going to hit me, are you?" You know, and it's look. I went over there to represent Ireland, and I want to let them all know this is Irish banter. This is what we do.
I imagine the stripping business is going very well now. There
no,
must be people who want Mark off Big Brother to
maybe.
gyrate
I
in front of them.
I only got out yesterday. I only got back after. I was on the after party there, and then I only got back last night. And then, to tell you the truth, I just want a ham sandwich. That's all. I want to eat food. I was on rations for 2 weeks. I haven't even seen a gym. I'm wasting away.
Yeah, you are. You're tiny. Anton, it's called ballistic trajectory and the Coriolis effect. Coriolis effect. That's the Coriolis effect. Now, where is it? Here's
this one.
You know, what makes our weather sweep in one direction in the north and the other direction in the south? Coriolis effect.
Oh, so you're talking
About the rifling of the barrel.
rifling, right? Okay.
Another one says, Anton Lyon's son here in Portugal with earphones in, laughing my head off. He's hilarious. Mark's best line from Big Brother, you know the knight in shining armour, while I'm a something in tinfoil.
Yeah. See, do you know what's funny? See, when I said that, I didn't even think that was going to be funny. I thought, all the stuff that I've seen them air, okay, is stuff that I didn't think they were going to air. Because it was just stuff, you know, when you're kind of like, you're just relaxing, you're chilling by the pool. You don't think they're going to air that. You think it's, tasks, they're always going to air tasks. Right? So basically, that's when you see half them wake up and start acting and doing whatever,
Being all
right?
nice and friendly and everything.
Like Nikki Graham sat around every day, lying on her back and moaning. Task came on, she just turned into this dancing, freaky nutcase fairy. Like, I was like, what is she doing? She lay there all day, for 23 hours a day she lay there. Then for that hour of task, that's an actor. That's an actor. That is literally an actor who's done it before and knows what they're going to show. Me, I was sitting there going, I didn't know anything. So I'm sitting there like that, and it was always the stuff when, you know, when you say the bad word or something like that, or you say something really offensive afterwards, like, oh God, I didn't say that, did I? Or after they've given out to me, I'm going, yeah, maybe you're right. They just showed me going,
I saw clips of you deliberately and willfully setting out to wind people.
oh, that, yeah,
Like
that's
you-
different. Oh, that's
Okay,
different.
fine.
I'm talking about the stuff that I said to Sam. I looked at it going, oh my God. You know, we look back and cringe a little bit and you kind of go, how did I get away with that?
Text saying, my God, I have so much respect for Mark now. Great outlook on life. What about future employers? Because Google is a thing now, I understand. And when you go for a job in Pfizer or Boehringer Ingelheim or whatever big Honeywell, wherever you end up, and they go, oh, I like the look of Dr. O'Neill. And they throw your name into Google and they go, holy mother of divine God. Have you any concerns about that?
Imagine you were going to employ someone, right? And you're going to go, okay, this is a really boring job in a way. He looks like a lot of fun, doesn't he? I'll tell you, I'd hire him over someone else, only if his credentials were right. Okay, yeah, he got a first, he's got experience. Yeah, let's give him a try. We don't have to give him a contract yet, but let's see what he's done. And then when you're in there, you're going to work 10 times harder.
So your belief is that when you are neck and neck with another molecular biologist, stroke chemist for the job, you being more crack is going to push you over the edge.
Well, in Ireland it will anyway. Ireland are all running around having the laugh for everybody. And again, I'm going inside Europe, so they won't have a clue who I am in America.
You said you got a first. How'd you do in the degree? Do you know? Have you got?
I think I got a 4 so far. I actually haven't even checked when I got back because I'm only back last night. I haven't even got into check.
You haven't even checked.
Last semester I got a first. This semester went better, so I'm guessing I got a first.
What was the title of the thesis?
My thesis was actually, what did I do? There was 2 of them. I had to do 2 theses. I had double thesis. One of them was what was it? I can't remember. One was the muscle fiber types. One of them was, and then the other one was
muscle fiber types.
Muscle fiber types was that's the biology one that I had to do. It was skeletal muscle fiber types, and then there was muscle typing, and then the second one that was last semester. That's why I forgot the name of it. And this semester then was basically the derivatives of a big long name you wouldn't even know. Pyrazolo. It's basically we were just moving around with the drug that we had to make. I was making different drugs to see if that would affect the drug at all. So we use electron withdrawing groups like fluorine being most electronegative that will withdraw from an aromatic ring. So then what my job was to change that to a donating group like an amine group, which is a donating of electrons, or and positioning, which will tell you, like, you know, we have an ortho, meta, para, and if that had effect on the drug, and see if it would still upregulate the drug or the glucose level. And
this is for the type 2 diabetes.
That's type 2 diabetes. So basically, we're trying to you have to test every type of way to find the best one. But so far, the best one is to use electron withdrawing groups, and we've all tried all the haloids, but we found that fluorine, because it's the most electronegative, that is the best one to use.
On that note, Marc O'Neill, thank you very much. 53102 if you want to get in touch, or Anton at today@m.com.
Great.